Hello everyone, welcome in today to the Coach KJ Carousel Dynasty. This week, number 2 Penn State's taking on Maryland. We are playing in a pretty good rainstorm here, so it's going to be a little bit sloppy and hopefully it doesn't affect our play at all. I expect that we're going to run the ball a little bit more than normal in this game due to the conditions. Tribula is going to open up this game by handing it to Singleton, who's going to fight ahead and take that one for 7 yards to begin his day. We are pretty happy as we moved up to number 2 following our win last week over Michigan. And look at this carry by Singleton. He takes it out to the 40-yard line. That was a 7-yard rush. On first down, Pribula is looking to pass it. He stands in the pocket and fires it deep into coverage. That one is luckily not intercepted. That easily could have been a turnover right there. In case anyone missed it though, Bo Pribula is going to be our starting quarterback for the rest of the season following Drew Aller's pectoral injury. I just want to reiterate again, he tore his pec. The game says he's only out for 1 week, so I took him off the depth chart because there is absolutely no reason a torn pectoral would take just a few weeks for a quarterback to come back from. So I ended his season and he's going to sit on the bench. It's Bo Pribula's team from now on. As he hands the ball to Nick Singleton, and look at that fight Singleton's showing. He dragged that guy for 9 yards, setting up a 3rd and 1. And we run read option and Pribula pulls it. That's going to be a first down. We'd like to see him go down without taking that hit though. We can't afford to lose him as our 3rd string quarterback and new backup quarterback is just a 60 overall. Look at that catch by DeWalt on Dijo. We are down to about the 11-yard line. As Pribula is going to run some play action here. He's standing in the pocket. He throws that to the end zone and Gibson picks it off. He threw that behind Lambert Smith. If he'd have led him to the sideline, that's a touchdown. But look at that. Lambert Smith had to stop and it allowed the corner to come back and make that play. Now let's see if we can avoid the curse we've had all season where our opposing team seems to always get up on us early. And they're moving the ball pretty well, but luckily they end up getting stopped and we take back over here. On the first play of this drive, we go to Singleton and he's going to pick up 8 and he gets that ball out around the 20-yard line. Well, it's actually closer to the 15-yard line as we go right back to Singleton. He's going to get the first down and more. He crosses the 20-yard line officially this time. He is out to the 24-yard line. On first down, though, we're going to pull it with Bo Pribula on a read option. He cuts to the inside. Look at this gap. He can get to the edge. He might be able to go all the way. However, that safety's able to make the play and take him down. That's still a 24-yard carry for Bo Pribula, though. That is a wonderful way to start this drive and get the ball away from our end zone. As we go right to Singleton on the next play, and he's going to pick up 9 more. Here in the first quarter, we already have 82 yards on the ground. I wish we had points to show for it, but that's a great way to start the day on the ground. Passing's been a whole nother story, though. Pribula's going to hand it to Singleton on 3rd and 1, and that's going to be a first down. Singleton fights ahead for 6 yards. Most of that came after contact. On first down, though, this time we are looking to pass it as Maryland brings some pressure. We do find Saunders out there. That's a 13-yard completion down the right sideline. We take the ball here at about the 25-yard line and go right back to Singleton on 1st and 10. This time he didn't have a whole lot of space, but he still managed to pick up 5. Once again, Aller's showing as questionable. Like I said, his season's done, and you can see Maryland's missing their starting right outside linebacker. Katron Allen checks into the game, and he took that carry for 3, setting up a 3rd and 2 for our Nittany Lions. In the gun with nobody beside him is Bo Pribula looking to pass, and he finds Liam Clifford, who's gonna try to get around the edge. He couldn't quite do it, but that's an 11-yard reception and a 1st and goal from about the 5.5-yard line. Pribula gets blown up on the first play of this sequence, though. As the first quarter comes to an end, he lost some yardage there on that read option. This is a 0-0 game. We threw a stupid interception in the red zone the last time we got down here. Hopefully, we can be a little bit smarter with the ball. 2nd and goal to begin the second quarter. Pribula standing in the pocket. This time he feels some pressure. He goes down. It's recovered by big man number 88, Booker Jr., and nobody's around him. Luckily, he's not that quick. I think Tyler Warren can catch him. That is a huge mistake by Bo Pribula, though, as he gets hit and fumbles the ball. That is a big return from Maryland. They're going to review it, though, and as you look at the replay, it certainly looks like he was down. His wrist and the forearm were down, and then the ball came out. The refs agreed with us, so we get the ball back. It's now 3rd and goal from, I don't know, about the 17-yard line. That's a rough one. We find Tyler Warren underneath for a 12-yard gain and end up settling for a field goal. That is good, luckily, giving us a 3-0 lead as Maryland has the ball, and they are moving pretty good. And then once again, they die out around midfield. So we take over here right about the 17-yard line. We're going to pass it on first down, and Pribula has Saunders wide open out there. That's a 22-yard reception, getting us out to the 40-yard line. And then we go to Singleton. He's only going to lose a yard. For some reason, it looked a lot worse than that, though. So on 2nd and 11, we run play action off of Katron Allen, and Pribula has Saunders wide open again across the middle of the field. He tries to cut it back to get to that crease. He couldn't do it. On first down, we're going to hand it to Katron Allen on the read option, and he takes that ball right up the middle for an 11-yard carry and another Nittany Lion first down. We have moved the ball well today. We just can't seem to get points. Pribula gets hit as he releases that one as they send a corner on a blitz, bringing up a 2nd and 10, and we hand it to Katron Allen. Once again, our offensive line blows the defensive line off the line of scrimmage, and we're able to take that for 7. On 3rd and 3, Katron Allen gets another carry, and that's another first down on a 6-yard carry. We got to give our O-line some credit today. They've been fantastic. We are going to go right back to Katron Allen on another read option carry. He picks up 8, setting up a 2nd and 2. DeWalt Ondijo comes in motion, and we go to Katron Allen. He has a crease up the middle. He takes that one down to about the 3-yard line with another 8-yard carry. So on 1st and goal, it's Pribula pulling it. If he'd have handed that off to Katron Allen, that one probably goes for 6. But that's the downside of the option play. Mistakes can be made. On 2nd and goal, we throw a quick screen out there to Lambert Smith, and he goes in for 6. Penn State's going to extend their lead up to 9-0. Great play by Keandre Lambert Smith. He was able to get open and get himself into the end zone. It's 10-0 following that extra point. Maryland does have the ball. We'll see if they can do anything with it. They haven't really been able to get past midfield at all today, and it kind of looks like the same thing's happening here, and it does. They end up punting the ball back to us. Katron Allen remains in the game as Pribula's looking to pass this one. Our emulator's freezing a little bit, so this play is kind of weird, and I almost threw another interception on it. Luckily, that one didn't happen. Pribula on 2nd and 10, feeling a little bit of pressure, moving to his left, and he wisely throws that one away. That's what you have to do when you're feeling the pressure. 3rd and 10 now. Pribula's going to run play action off of Katron Allen, standing tough in the pocket. He finds Saunders right there. That's a first down the left sideline. He's going to take that one all the way down to the 39-yard line. What a play by Saunders. Pribula's on the move this time, rolling to the right. He has X wide open, and Wallace the third catches that one, and he goes down to the 11-yard line. Right back to Katron Allen on the ground, which has been our strong suit all day, and he picks up 4. Right around halftime, we already have 125 yards rushing. They only have 22 seconds to get into the end zone here, and we go to Nick Singleton. He takes that one down to about the 5-yard line, and we call a timeout. Wisely by James Franklin. Nick Singleton gets another carry. He cuts to the right, and he goes in for 6 with 15 seconds left in the second quarter. We had plenty of timeouts, so I wasn't that stressed in that situation. We end up taking a 17-0 lead into halftime. As we look at some of our stats, you can see we are dominating them. First downs, total offense. I mean, it is a complete blowout right now if you look at stats. All we have to do is punch it into the end zone instead of turn it over or punt it away, and we'll be okay. We're going to dominate this one. This first half was lopsided. Look at that time of possession, 12-19 to 3:43. That's not even close. It's pretty ridiculous how far away we were from Maryland, and I mean everything, yards, time of possession, we just dominated them. They are, however, moving the ball here in the second half, and they finally get past midfield. This is their first good drive of the day. Are they going to finally get some points on the board? Yes, they are. They end up getting 7, making this a 17-7 game as we finally take the field here in the third quarter. Pribula's on the move out to the right. He's just going to tuck it and run. He has nobody around him. He gets out of bounds without taking a hit, just shy of midfield at about the 47-yard line. And then we go to Nick Singleton on the next play. He doesn't really have anywhere to go. He only picks up 2. On second down here, Pribula's looking to pass, and he steps up in the pocket. Once again, he runs and gets the edge and gets the first down, and then out of bounds after a 9-yard carry. In the pistol formations, Bo Pribula, he's standing in the pocket, looking to pass this one. He ends up checking it down to DeWalt Ondijo underneath. He goes for 8 yards on that play. On 2nd and 2, we hand it to Singleton, and he's going to take that one for a first down and then run through a guy and pick up an extra yard or 2. That was a 6-yard carry. We run play action off of Singleton this time, and we're going to throw it down underneath to Tyler Warren, our tight end, and he breaks the first tackle and picks up 7 yards. That was a great reception by him, and he fought for them extra yards. On 2nd and 3, we hand it to Singleton, and Singleton's got a little crease up the middle. He's going to take that one for 8 yards, bringing up a 1st and 10, and Pribula's on the move out to the right once again. He throws it back across his body to DeWalt Ondijo, who takes that for 8 yards. We now have a 2nd and 2 from the 4-yard line. Pribula looking to pass to the end zone, and he threw it into coverage. Whitaker picked him off. That was a terrible decision by Pribula. I don't know what he was doing there. He had no reason to make that play. Luckily for us, though, it ends up being a quick 3 and out for Maryland, and we get the ball back with pretty much no harm done. But Pribula does need to work on his ball security. We cannot keep throwing interceptions. We are leaning on the ground game here as Katron Allen gets a carry. He loses 1 on that one. That was a great play by the corner. Pribula in the pistol formation on a 3rd down, looking to convert for us. He stops and fires back across the field, and he finds Saunders, who drops it. Unfortunately, we end up having to punt punt the ball back to Maryland, I thought, but we actually went for it, and I simulated the rest of that, and we ended up getting a touchdown on that drive, making it 24-7. I didn't pay attention there. I just hit X like I normally do, and yeah, it was just a mistake on my behalf, but it ended up being a touchdown. And then we stop Maryland on the next drive and take over up 24-7. Pribula's on the move again, and he tucks it. He's going down the right sideline and steps out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. He's looking to pass it now on 1st and 10. I don't know why we aren't leaning on the ground game more. We've dominated, and it's a downpour. But he completes it to Lambert Smith for a 4-yard pickup. 2nd and 6 now. Pribula throws it to the end zone. He has Saunders open. However, he just barely overthrew him, so we end up having a 3rd and 6. And surprisingly, we call a running play with Singleton, and he will get the first down. He picks up 8, giving us the ball at the 18-yard line. We go right back to Singleton on 1st and 10, and he's going to pick up another first down on a 10-yard carry. He's been dominant today. We should really lean into him more. On the next play, Pribula fires that one towards the end zone, and Trader Jr. picks him off. That was a terrible decision. He threw it into double coverage. I don't know what he's seen or what he was thinking. That's 3 interceptions. That's the only reason this game isn't 40-7 right now. You just can't keep making these mistakes, but luckily Maryland cannot answer on that one. Once again, it's still 24-7 as we take back over. Luckily, Pribula didn't fumble it on that last play, and then on 2nd down, we hand it to Singleton. He's going to take that one for probably a 5-yard pickup or so, bringing up a 3rd and 5. Pribula's going to pass it. You'd probably expect that on this. He's got to scramble, though, and he gets hit and goes down. That's going to end up being a 10-yard loss on the sack. With a corner blitz, you got to get that ball out quick. He kind of just ran straight into it. Luckily for us, though, they give the ball back to us quickly, and Pribula has a chance to right his wrong. He found Saunders over top of the linebackers and between the safeties for a 21-yard play there. That was a beautiful throw from Bo Pribula. On the next carry, Singleton takes that for 9 yards. He ran through a guy. He couldn't quite get into the end zone. And then on 2nd and 1, Pribula's back on the move, and he's going to walk in for 6, extending Penn State's lead up to 30-7 over Maryland. That was a pretty easy call right there. Everybody was covered, so he just tuck it and ran it in. It's 31-7 following that extra point going through. Maryland cannot answer, and they end up having to give the ball back to us on a failed 4th down attempt. This game's over with just 2.5 minutes left. We go to Singleton, though, to open this drive, and he fought and still lost 2 yards. That was a pretty nice play by him, just trying to make something out of nothing. Pribula pulls it on the read option and wisely slides, setting up a 3rd and 6. We don't need him to get hit in a situation where we already have this game wrapped up. And on 3rd down, he fires that to Tyler Warren. However, he missed him, so we end up going for it. I was pretty shocked that Franklin wanted to do that. And then Pribula finds a wide open Wallace III as he goes in for 6. Harrison Wallace III caught a 28-yard touchdown to extend our lead up 37-7. This game wasn't close. It honestly should have been a bigger blowout, but we kept shooting ourselves in the foot here and not being able to hold on to the ball without turning it over. Maryland is moving the ball a little bit here, but it looks like they're going to end up having to punt this back to us. But they end up getting the first down somehow, and then we do stop them and take a knee with 1 second left. Kyle Beach was on the field. He's our 3rd string quarterback. You've seen him play a little bit. Ultimately, this ends up being a 38-7 final. Like I said, for such a blowout game, you got to be a little disappointed with how Pribula played. Without them 3 turnovers, those are probably all 3 touchdown drives. He had a fantastic day, minus the turnovers. I might not have given him the player of the game just because of the 3 picks, but he was a star for us today, and he was really good. Nick Singleton had 21 attempts for 117 yards and a score. You've got to like that. He was fantastic on the ground. We really were dominant when it came to the rushing attack. We should have probably leaned into it even a little bit more. Saunders led us, though, with 5 catches and 106 yards. He should have had another long touchdown that was just completely missed, which is okay. Pribula overthrew him by a couple yards. That's okay. We can deal with that. This game wasn't close, so it didn't matter as much. Got to give a shout out to our defense, though. They played great today and held Maryland to just 7 points. Now, taking a look at the Heisman standings, Blake Corum took over number 1 from Jahmyr Gibbs. He's followed up by Trayshawn Ward, Caleb Williams, and Michael Penix Jr. of Washington. Moves into the number 5 spot, and I think he could win the Heisman in real life if Washington plays like they did last year. Now, taking a look at our top 25, USC remains number 1, followed by us at number 2, and then Ohio State. Washington sits at number 4, and Florida State sits at 5. We're the last 5 top undefeated teams, and as we're scrolling through here, there's a lot of one-loss teams that are pretty good, and you see Baylor just lost, and they drop back to number 9, and then at number 18, UTEP is 6-0, so we have a team outside of the Power 5 looking to maybe shake up the playoff race. I don't think they deserve to get in there, but we'll see. Teams outside of the top 25 are San Jose State, North Carolina State, Miami. I mean, there's a couple good teams teams there. We have to see if they can get their way back into the top 25. Next week, we take on an out-of-conference opponent in TCU, who's ranked number 20. They are out of the Big 12, and you know what? In real life, they were just in a national championship game last season, so they have players from that team that remain that maybe in real life went to the NFL, like Quentin Johnson. It's going to be a tough matchup, but we are the better team, so we should be able to beat them. I just want to say thank you for watching. Have a great day. This is LDJ11. Please like and subscribe. I'm out.
And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need, what you need. We're broken, it's tragic, we're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic, believe you could have it.